one Codeman. I'm for another edition of Hobby, Toku, and Anime. And today, let's talk about a hobby series, and that is Beyblade. We have talked about Beyblade before, officially and unofficially, with some stuff with the new series coming up. And let's do something that I think I did in one of my earlier videos that didn't get cut. So, yeah, we're going to talk about Beyblade, different kinds of Beyblades video. I've done it with 3 parts previously, but let's just update it and we'll just do all 3 series and stuff with it. I think I did Metal Saga before. Yeah, I did Metal Saga, so we won't talk about it today. So basically, we were going to explain all 3, but mostly in a way I haven't done before with Bursts. Let's do Bursts. Yeah, I think I done the original Metal Saga separate videos. But anyhow, let's do Bursts, okay? Let's begin now. Okay. Starting off with Single Layer Burst. Single Layer Burst is really good. Like, it's basically the normal version with just crappy layer. Not good later on, but it's sort of a good start. Next up is Dual Layer, which is the same single layer, but now dual. Then next up is God. God added a thing called disc to the weight, to the disc part, disc weights. Basically, they're extra pieces for some of the newer discs at the time in Season 3 discs to combine with for different things. But anyhow, that's basically that. Also, just to know, the 3 types are a layer, disc, and driver. Layer is like the reason for dual layer and single layer for that, and also that. So basically, that's now. Let's talk about Cho-Z, which is metal pieces are added now, which for the layer, sort of good, sort of great. Next up is not really GT yet, because before GT, there's also our first of several spin-off gimmicks being the burst lock system. No, that's for GT. I mean the more power versions of Ultimate or whatever for GT. I forget the name. Savior, Valkyrie, and several others. Basically, this gimmick is when they click, there's like limit break, I think it's called. But anyhow, it's the little blades pop up to protect burst locking, which kind of is great. Next up is GT, which is 3 parts: weight, layer, a blade, and GT chip. Basically, this part of it makes the layer more heavier and more great. Good system, very good point of the series. And next up is the Infinite Lock system, which is basically another gimmick one, but now with basically the main gimmick with Infinite Lock is now it's infinite with the lock. So they're unburstable unless if you hit them with a red dot on the middle. And if they get hit, boom, they're burst, which is kind of weird of a gimmick, but very good, powerful for the final, the main 3 villain bays, like for the season. Got that? Good. Next step is Sparking. Sparking is a good system with the launchers being now all the string launchers spark up, so that's the name. Basically, this series is great with stuff, but really the part of Sparking that makes it Sparking is the bit chip, like a chip, weight chip again, a chip, and now the chassis system, which basically now all the layers are replaced with 2 chassis, which are come with weights for single layer chassis or dual layer chassis, which are one dual layer being both a weight and a chassis, but also there's single layer chassis, which are just the chassis and that's it. Basically, the system is good, even if problem is we get 10 of them, 4 attack, 3 defense, 2 defense, 2 stamina, and 2 balance. Yeah, that's kind of weird that you double up for attack, but attack is the most popular type. What do you expect? Next up is the bursting sparking system of locks. These are basically for the 2 main characters and the main villain. This system is great and all, really good, that they flare up a spot that makes them really powerful and boost up the attack. It's a really good system, really great. Next up is our Quad Strike in Beyblade, but really that. And now Dynamite Battle. Dynamite Battle is great. DB really good with the stuff and all, with me high mo and low mo with the layer weight and that. So you could do it either high ground or low ground with the layer. Good system, good grade. Next up is Burst Ultimate, which is the same thing, so let's talk about it. And we're not done yet. We're now going to talk about the Hasbro gimmicks of them, which are mostly for the tips. And they are, first off, is Slingshot, which is basically the tips can turn into different modes and can grab on rails on the stadium of the Hasbro Stadium. Basically, Slingshot is like one normal mode, and it looks like the normal version, then a little switch is there to switch it to its Slingshot mode. That mode is kind of better. Next up is Hyper Spear. Hyper Spear sucks a little because it's like a very bland version of the driver that's more spherical, and it's only there just to make it gimmicky with going up and down the circular layer. This system is good, but not really my cup of tea. Next up is nothing for Sparking, or because really Sparking or Surge didn't really have a gimmick except for High Driver as a thing, which was like a variant in Takara. But really for Hasbro, it's basically really High Drivers all the way for Slingshot. Really this system okay. Next up is the Quad Strike gimmick, which is basically tips that interchange from the normal tip looking version of the tip to a normal tip from earlier on, like as like a variant. Really, one mode is the actual attack mode for with the tip armored piece, and without it is like a different tip, which is kind of disappointing. But anyhow, that's about all the burst stuff or tips or whatever, all the burst systems. Sorry I was a little unfocused in the video, just to myself, I'm sorry. And I'm still thinking of changing up my channel a little bit, but I can't tell you that because that might be for a later date or whatever. Who knows, only time will tell. Just come and sing bye-bye. Hope you're excited for Beyblade Gen X for it. I'm excited for it too, and I might do a video on my normal channel of getting ready for it. But really, I don't know yet, so I'm just giving you a hint. Go look up the Man and Michael Bailey for my main channel, and just to come and saying bye-bye, and hope you see my stream if I do one. But only time will tell. Now, just come and saying bye-bye for now.